Good morning, Kuwait. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, dear viewers, wherever you are. And it is a live coverage for your daily program. Good morning, Kuwait, from KTV2, from the Ministry of Information of Kuwait. And good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Farid. It's
And
been a long
like
time.
the orange today.
Thank you so much, Farid. And good morning to you, dear viewers, and everyone who's watching us through KTV2. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the episode.
Absolutely. We have plenty of exciting segments, and definitely the exams are in progress, for our, 12 grade students. We wish them all the best. Definitely, I know a lot of people, a lot of students, they stay late at night studying, but you need to have a good sleep.
Exactly, Farid, especially now in the 12th grade, the high school. They are now really having some stress in their life, and it's really crucial. Life in their, like a part of their life, period time of their life, because they are having some stress because of this really final year before attending their college.
Absolutely.
So they have really lack of sleep, lack of, like, let's say, like healthy, like lack of eating healthy food as well.
Exactly. And not only that, this is a turning point in their life. And definitely we wish them all the best, but try not to be stressed out. Think now, for the time being, your exams, how to study, how to review. Frankly, I know a lot of people, they studied day by day along the time, along the courses, and now they are reviewing. But if you want to study now, it's too late.
It's too late, I know.
So you've got to be careful. If you are planning to get a good GPA, a good percentage, a good grade, you have to be working for the past year day by day, not coming in in this short period. You want to really cover up everything, from cover to cover.
From the beginning of the year till the end, it's going to be you're going to really stressed out, as you mentioned, Farid. And the most important thing is eating some healthy food. Avoid eating some snacks. I know a lot of students actually drinking too much coffee, too much tea, or like caffeine, that they think is going to make them awake and make them, like, let's say, solve the exam really really correctly. Which is really wrong. Have some nuts, some fruit, especially now we are having very hot weather. So they have to eat too much, let's say, juicy fruits.
Speaking of hot weather, Sarah, a lot of people will really, travel abroad after, the exams, definitely, and trying to have another atmosphere, another colder weather. But, I have to, I don't want to disappoint anybody, but the hot weather is, spreading all over Europe. So you got to be... You have to pick and choose exactly where you're going to go.
Exactly. I know it's really hot weather, even in Europe, as you mentioned, because of the global warming. But let's say in USA, Orlando is really good weather there, isn't it?
I mean, no, in US, Orlando will be humid, and it's really hot. But what I think, there are some villages in Switzerland are really, they have really cold weather, and it's like winter for them. I mean, spring, not winter. But we have plenty of, places, Europe, North America, definitely. Some people go to South America because it's the other way around. They have winter now.
Really?
We have summer.
And even in Australia as well. It's like the way around the weather. Now they have winter time now. Winter season. We have too many places actually all around the world to have fun. Dear viewers, I hope your vacation, the holiday vacation, summer vacation is going to be really good on you all. And best of luck to our dear student. And speaking about the weather, how about to check it?
Weather time. Anyway, let's go for a break, and after that, we'll have the weather segment with our meteorologist, Fahad Latabi.
Good morning, dear viewers. Hazy weather right now in Kuwait City with light to moderate northwesterly wind with a speed of 10 to 40 kilometers per hour. We are expecting rising dust, especially over desert areas today, over some areas. Low visibility expected tonight. It's going to be rather hot weather with light to moderate freshening northwesterly wind will continue with us this weekend, and there is a chance for rising dust avoid all marine activities. We are expecting high waves may reach 6 feet over some areas. Today, as we can see, 34 degree, we recorded for the minimum. For the maximum temperature, we may reach 44 and 45 degree over some areas. State of sea, it's gonna be slight to moderate rough at times by day from 2 to 6 feet, and by tonight from 2 to 5 feet. Expected weather in Kuwait City for the next 5 days. We're gonna have hot weather by day, as we can see a little bit decreasing in temperature, 44 and 45 degree for the maximum temperature. For the minimum, to rain between 32 to 31 degree. Chances for rising dust and blowing dust will continue with us until, as we can see, Monday, and there is a chance for low visibility over some areas. Please take a caution and drive safe all the time. Avoid all marine activities for this weekend. This is our weather forecasting this morning. Thanks for watching us. Now, let's go back to our colleague Farid and Sarah.
Welcome back, dear viewers. This is Kona News. Kuwait Emir to Italy on private visit. Kuwait Emir to Italy on private visit. His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, left Kuwait on Wednesday, heading to Italy on private visit.
Kuwait Saudi signed agreement on developing teachers' skills, Sabah Al Ahmed Center for Giftedness and Creativity, and Saudi AANAB Forum signed an agreement on launching a program on professional development for teachers in Kuwait in cooperation with Harvard University Graduate School of Education.
And on the other side, Kuwait's bourse hold gathering with financial conglomerates. Borsa Kuwait had held its 10th institutional day in the British capital with participation of 12 listed companies, more than 50 conglomerates specialized in investments and financial assets management, where it shed light on investment opportunities in Kuwait financial market.
KTV Sport obtained rights to stream Argentina's Football League Kuwait television. KTV obtained the rights of exclusively airing Argentina's Football League in the Middle East, with 180 matches live streamed on KTV Sport. This is all the news we have for today, dear viewers. Don't go away. Let's have this little break and then we'll move on. We're back again, dear viewers. We have too many reports and segments, and today we're gonna talk, Farid, about U.S. stocks.
Yeah, absolutely. Stock shares in U.S. are really ended higher as inflation data cements bets on a rate hike pose.
So, dear viewers, how about to check this interesting report together, and they'll be right back to you.
U.S. stocks closed up on Tuesday as cooling inflation data boosted hopes that the Federal Reserve would not raise interest rates at the end of its two-day policy meeting this week. The Dow gained 0.4%, the S&P 500 gained 0.7%, and the Nasdaq gained 0.8%, the latter two indexes reaching their highest closing levels in 14 months. A U.S. Labor Department report showed the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, rose just 0.1% in May, putting the annual inflation rate at 4%, lower than most economists had expected. Traders have now priced in a 93% chance that the central bank will pause its rate hikes at the conclusion of its two-day policy meeting on Wednesday, with some still believing it will cut rates by the end of the year. But Nancy Daoud, private wealth advisor for Ameriprise Financial, believes a Fed pivot anytime soon is not likely as the central bank tries to achieve its 2% inflation goal.
So going from 4 to 2% is, I think, going to be a much tougher road than it was going from 9.1 to 4. Although I believe there will be a pause tomorrow or this week, there very likely will be another rate hike, maybe later in the summer or early fall. I think the Fed is trying very hard to have that soft landing that everybody's wishing for, but it might be a lot tougher to do. We may be looking at the hard landing and perhaps that recession that we've all been talking about.
In individual movers, U.S.-listed shares of Chinese companies rose after China's central bank lowered its short-term lending rate for the first time in 10 months. Alibaba Group gained nearly 2%, and JD.com jumped 3.5%. Intel gained 2.5% after a report the company is in talks with SoftBank Group's chip designer ARM to be an anchor investor in its initial public offering. And the most traded stock in the S&P 500 was Tesla, with $40.8 billion worth of shares exchanged during the session. Shares of the EV maker rose more than 3.5%.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and our guest today is one of those professionals in financial and stock markets world. So let's all welcome Mr. Hassan Al-Masri, financial and technical analyst, who is going to explain for us more about stock markets and commodities. Welcome. Let's all welcome with you and our guest in this studio, Mr. Hassan Al-Masri, financial and technical analyst. Good morning. It's really a pleasure to have you. And good morning, Kuwait, Mr. Hassan.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So, first of all, I know how is the world financially in a plain words, and simple terms, so our viewers can understand.
In simple terms,
like in summary.
As a summary, like the financial world is going towards a crisis. And we saw that yesterday during the FOMC, which is the speech of the Fed.
So when you say
chairman,
FOMC is what?
It is the Fed chairman, which is
federal.
Which is yes,
Yeah.
It's the federal
bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Federal Reserve Bank.
Yeah.
Which is Jerome Powell. He said that although we halted the rate hike for this session, but we might raise it at least twice during the upcoming.
The interest rate.
The interest rate.
Okay.
Yeah. So they might increase it at least twice during the upcoming 4 meetings. So now till the end of the year, we still have 4 meetings for the Fed.
Okay.
And during 2 of these 4 meetings, they might increase it. So basically, he halted the rate hike for the yesterday session.
Okay.
But he didn't give hope that we ended it.
Okay. So, but some like regular guy comes to you and asks you, "Oh, this is good for somebody who has capital." I mean, some countries who they have a lot of money. Raising the interest rate is good for them. Isn't that the case, or no? It's totally the opposite.
It depends. Basically, if you don't have capital, you won't be benefiting from increasing the rate hike.
Yeah.
Although increasing the rate hike will empower the dollars, but if you don't have the capital, it wouldn't be so much beneficiary for you.
Right.
It will be beneficiary for the companies that have a lot of cash. They might go outside the US and they might buy products from outside the US and flood their market with it.
Okay, so this is basically saying about the US financial economy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk more, Mr. Hassan, about the economy. For example, tell us more about yourself as a professional, person in your field.
I started trading back in 2015. Of course, it was in the beginning a learning process, which I got into it after I finished my degree in the university. It was the best decision of my life. Of course, it is a great experience. It has a lot of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it is a great skill to acquire. So basically, it needs a lot of attention, a lot of caring, a lot of risk management. But so if you ended up acquiring this skill, it's a mine. And like for today, I'm the technical analyst for Al-Wafra Khalijiyya here in Kuwait.
Nice. So this is, you have more experience now, and definitely this will help you if you buy or sell.
On a personal level, yes, but I don't give financial advice.
Really? That's really amazing. So what do you think about the outcome of the recent reports such as Consumer Price Index, CPI, and debt ceiling?
Concerning the debt ceiling, it was the talk of the day for the past like 2-3 weeks, and people tried to trade the outcome of these reports before the actual report come out, and it was an interesting topic to be discussing because it has a direct relationship with CPI. As an example, increasing the debt ceiling will flood the community with a lot of fluid cash,
Okay.
which will give them a lot of power to buy products from the market. It will lead to an increase of demand while the supply is going down. So basically the prices of these products will go up. So flooding the market with a lot of fluid cash while increasing the amount of buying, it will lead to what? To inflation, inflation the price of these products.
Okay.
Inflation the price of these products will lead to the global inflation of the country itself.
And then you have to raise the interest.
Then you have to raise the interest rate in
So you
order
can
to
lower the inflation.
because the financial policy that they are following, it's not right, and they have to take an action which is increasing the interest rate.
So it's like there is like this two persons pulling the rope
Exactly.
on each side.
Exactly. يعني, they are letting the market go in sideways.
Yeah.
One meeting they will be good, another meeting they will be bad, and they're just letting it like trade in a certain range.
So speaking of the federal funds, you know, the federal funds rate came out yesterday first. Tell us what is the federal funds rate is and how did the market react to it?
Increasing the rate hike, it will lead to, it is a solution to control inflation. But basically, at the end of the day, it will be bad for the community, as I'm talking about like people like us. I'm not talking about the big companies.
Okay.
But the affection at the end of the day, increasing this rate hike, it will empower the US dollar, which will lead to at least 4 results. Saving is better than investing, because when you increase the rate hike, it will give more power to the dollars. So if you put it in the bank and wait for the interest rate to come out of that capital, it's better than investing. Why? Because the companies will have to sell their products at a higher price.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it will be less selling. Less selling, it will lead to less dividends at the end of the year. So people will rather put their money in the bank or save it at home instead of investing. It's either in gold or in the indices. So increasing the rate hike will lead to empowering the dollar and making the indices or the gold weaker. And that will lead us to what? That will lead us to not increasing the rate hike, or increasing it. It will empower the US dollar unless if they try to decrease it.
So when we say it empowers the US dollar, how it will empower the US dollar when you increase the rate?
When you increase the rate, it means that it might, you will go to print a lot of more cash. And basically, in increasing the rate hike will give the opportunity to the companies or to the banks outside USA to come and put their money in the banks of the USA in order to.
Then they will compensate this printing.
Exactly. So everyone will be going from their currency to the US dollars in order to benefit from the current situation in the USA.
And unfortunately, the people going in that way.
Exactly.
The world going in that way.
Yep. Yes.
So what is the market expecting as of today?
The market as of today, because the market already expected that the Fed will halt the increase in rate hike.
Okay.
So, and after the hawkish note of Jerome Powell in the speech yesterday, he said that he's going to increase the rate hike for at least 2 times. Now we are waiting for the jobless claims report, which is going to get out today. Now the jobless report is really interesting because it has a direct correlation with the recession. So basically, wherever the jobless report is going up or increasing, or the report outcome is bad, afterwards always a recession comes. So the market is expecting a recession very soon.
Recession again.
Yes.
And this this will lower the inflation a little bit, is it?
Kind of.
So technically, how about the gold situation when we talk about finance?
Gold is literally like it's related to events based. It's not related to something like silly going around the world. It's directly related to big events like wars or viruses. Today, when we want to talk about the reports of the jobless claims, if more people are going jobless, it means that more people are staying without jobs. It means that the economy of that country is going to be bad. This will be this will be a good catalyst for gold. So whenever the jobless report will come out bad, expecting that the gold will go up according to previous data.
So the gold is opposite of the dollar. Am I correct or?
Historically speaking, yes.
Yes. Okay. How about the oil and gas future?
The oil and gas, it's also related to worldwide events, especially the events related to war or some political crisis between two countries. And now it has a minor correlation with the CPI, which is the inflation. They say that if you increase the rate hike and you empower the dollar, you have two situations related to oil. It means that wherever people go low on cash, they might stay at home and not drive too much on the road, which will lower the demand on the gas and the oil, which will lower the people
prices.
Which will lower the prices.
Fine.
In both cases.
Eventually
and the
will lower
second
the
theory,
price.
it says that the American companies related to oil, they will go to outside America, buy from them oil for low cash, and they will flood the market with it. And at the end of the day, the supply will go up while the demand is going down, which will lead to a lower price.
Now Kuwaiti oil, the barrel is 73 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it went down a little bit, because it was in the 80s, I guess.
Kuwait is in the OPEC plus committee, and whatever the decisions coming out from there, it will affect the price of the barrel, because now it is, we are dealing with a decision from the OPEC plus and with the supply report from the US.
Okay, so both
are, this one will go up, this one will go down.
The prices.
It is affecting the
So what about the stock market indices?
The stock market indices, I'm really interested to talk about NASDAQ.
NASDAQ, yeah.
So basically NASDAQ, it is the US 100. What does 100 mean? It means it has the stocks of the biggest 100 company in America related to technology. And like yesterday, I was reading about the analyst of the price of the stocks. They were decreasing the situation of Apple from buy to neutral. It means that NASDAQ might correct soon. And if we want to correlate that to what's happening with these companies, the profit that they made for the past 6 months, they didn't make it through selling products. They made it through firing people out of the company, which made them pay less salaries, which increased the margin of the profit.
Okay.
So now going up to the second quarter of the year, up to the second quarter of the year, we're gonna witness the right profit reports, which will come really bad. And according to the jobless report that we already saw or we're gonna see today, these companies, I'm talking about Tesla, Alphabet, Google, Amazon, and these big companies, we will see that they have catastrophic profit reports,
really,
which they led to firing people out, which will increase the jobless report, which will lead to the NASDAQ correcting.
So are we, if we want to, in simple terms, there is like always a down cycle for the high-tech sector?
Always.
Every I don't know how many, or a year or 2 years or 3 years. So are we now in the down cycle of these 100 companies?
We should get into that cycle now, because these companies are overpriced. Apple, for instance, it is overpriced now, and that's why they moved the situation of it from a buy situation to a neutral one, because they want to reassess what happened with this company, why it is priced at this level. So basically, if we are going into the lower cycle of the year, this is it.
So what is your $100 million advice?
$100 million advice.
Yeah.
If you ever decide to go into the trading industry, if you ever decided to go into the trading industry, never go in without risk management. Never go in without risk management. Risk management is key, and it's 80% of your trading career.
So you got to be careful.
Very careful.
And always, watch the news. And Politics also have a great
You have
effect.
to monitor a lot of things.
Yeah.
Whatever you're trading, you have to monitor whatever affects that pair or that indices or that metal or that energy.
Yeah.
You cannot go into the trading industry blindly.
Exactly.
You need at least 4 aspects to be having. You have the technical analysis aspect. You have the fundamental analysis aspect. You have the psychological aspect. You have also
Politics.
the politics. You have a lot of things that you have to monitor. If you are trading 10 pairs with 2 indices, with 3 metals, with 4 energy, you won't be able to keep up with everything.
Exactly.
So you have to lower your risk as much as you can. Be good at least 1 or 2, and learn the cycle of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Hassan Al-Masri, financial and technical analyst, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it was really a pleasure, having this beautiful conversation with you. But we hope next time we meet you, the interest rates are lower, the inflation lower, and trading is amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The viewers will go for a report from Pennsylvania, located in the northeast of the United States. Pennsylvania has a lot of different sides to it. So its eastern end is home to the Delaware River and the big city of Philadelphia, but head west and you'll find the Appalachian Mountain or Appalachian Mountain, historic small towns and cities that feel every bit like the Midwest for visitors. This provides you with the chance to experience all the aspects of the United States over the last 200 years. So let's take a look at the best places to visit Pennsylvania in this report.
And we came back again, dear viewers, with our special guest for today, with Dr. Ronald Eid. He's a cosmetic dermatology consultant who's going to tell us about the psychological factors associated with the plastic surgeries or procedures and how important they are in the modern life. So, hello and good morning,
Hello.
Doctor.
Hello.
We are so happy to have with us in this morning.
Thank you. I am happy to be with you today. I think will be interesting subject today.
Exactly.
Because this impact every person.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ask me any question, and I will with pleasure answer.
For sure. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about plastic surgeries, especially for ladies. They love this type of topic. So, but first of all, Doctor, we'd like to know about yourself. So could you please introduce yourself to our dear viewers?
Thank you. I am Dr. Roland Eid. I start my medical field in National Academy of Poltava. After I moved to France, I did my postgraduate education in between Paris, Bordeaux, and Nice. And I like this field because too much creativity in this field.
Yes.
And I like the fashion in general and the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I choose this field. And I enjoy every day to improve the life of my patient and to see the smile. And that's why I continue to work till today, up to date. I think this time not like before. يعني أيام our mother, your mother ما كان فيها too much aesthetics. اليوم صار very important.
Yes, that's amazing. So you are putting your smile on your patients as well. That's really important. And this is our main topic, to put the smile on our patients.
Yes.
So it is really, as we mentioned in introduction, actually, about the psychological factors. So it's really associated with the patients and the plastic surgeries?
Yes. When we take 2 groups of people, we will see that the groups that they take care about themselves, especially ladies, you will see they have mood better than other groups who not take care about themselves. And this impact also on daily routine and integration in the society. So very important, to every day to start your day with smile, that you have very nice mood, and this impact in psychological aspect and mental health. That's why what I think is very important, very, very important, to take care about our skin and our look.
Yes.
And not once a year, or it's important to make this regular.
Regularly?
Yes, yes.
Like a 6 months, let's say, every 6 months?
Yes, 6 months, yes, this is clinic treatment, but it's important also to do home treatment.
Home treatment.
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah, so mental health is very important, and
Yeah.
our look is very important as well. So let's talk about aging, doctor. We know, especially for ladies, they are so afraid of getting aged with wrinkles, you know, so they start to having some Botox and filler in very early age, like let's say from 25, let's say. So let's talk about the aging and how it's really important to our, not important, what is like the psychological factor and also the mental factors linked between aging and plastic surgeries, doctor.
For sure, when divide the people the aging categories, every aging categories have their own problem.
Yes.
I mean, in aesthetic. So, when we take the younger patient from 15 up to 22, 23, usually they do too much lip augmentation.
Yes.
And they have also too much problem like acne scar. So when we take a little bit aging group older, they start to do another different things because of their wrinkles and muscle activity is hyper muscle activity, to is muscle working too much.
Yes.
So they start have too much rings here and here and here.
Yes.
For myself, I don't like rings at all. I do always for myself Botox.
Okay.
I am not lady, but I don't like to see rings on myself or other ladies, that's why.
Okay.
So, but also I don't like fake look. This is important to keep the point between natural and fake. This
between natural and fake,
yes.
like in between, like a glowy and like nice look. Let's say
yes.
natural look.
Yes, I don't like to see all people the same look. This because every person have individuality. You understand?
Yes, gotcha.
That's why.
So let's talk about the non-surgical procedures. There's surgical and non-surgical. First of all, let's talk about non-surgical. What type of non-surgical procedures, doctor?
So the most important non-surgical procedure we can usually we do Botox, filler, non-surgical fat reductions.
Okay.
Pigmentation treatment. And like laser treatment, you know, laser treatment. Usually we can do like fractional laser and different kind of laser.
Okay.
Like this.
So what are the most 5 common non-surgical that really performed all around the world?
The first we can tell the first 3 is this Botox filler and non-surgical fat reduction. Also, usually too much we are using laser for vein augmentation, for vein reduction on the legs, for example, or for pigmentation or different kind of aesthetic problems like this.
Yes, yes. We know there's like every single like medical procedure, it has really advantages and side effects as well, disadvantages. So let's talk about the disadvantages and also the advantages of non-surgical procedures as well.
Usually the most important thing when we are using non-surgical procedures is to choose the right doctor.
Okay.
Because I am not advising anybody to play with their face. This is face, that's why it's very important that we choose the right doctor and the right products, the products with license.
Yes.
Of Ministry of Health of Kuwait and Ministry of Health of USA, like FDA approved. This is very important.
It's very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because the most important law that we use when you will not do better, not do worse in our face. That's why very, very important to choose the right place, right clinic and right doctor. So the side effect usually under control. All side effect under control usually.
Okay.
When the doctor is you choose is right. That means for when you are using Botox, sometimes you can have asymmetry between left and right side. We can have this with Botox, okay. But the more not dangerous, but the more difficult side effect is when you have ptosis.
Yes.
يعني بسكر الجفن here ptosis. This your eyes is closed.
Yes.
When we inject more unit or when we inject not in the right muscle. So we can have ptosis. But this also under control. We can wait a little time, and this it will be okay.
Okay.
This with filler is more dangerous. With fillers is more dangerous because we can have, for example, we can lose the vision. We can have also emboli, or we can close the vein, the artery.
Yes.
Not the vein. We can close the artery.
Some blocks, can be some blocks.
Yeah, this is a little bit more dangerous.
Okay, this is a filler, you mean, doctor,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Than Botox. But also, when you have the right doctor, always everything will be under control.
Exactly.
When the right doctor. When not, it may have very worse and very dangerous side effects. That's why you should choose the right doctor and the right product.
Yes.
For your face.
So this is our first advice. Choose the right doctor and the right clinic before doing any kind of a procedure.
And the right product, yes.
Yes. So, doctor, we know that some people, like for example, for me, I don't know if I need really non-surgical or really surgical. Some people, they don't know. Maybe they need really simple, as you mentioned, like simple Botox, simple filler, but they go directly to the surgical procedure. So what are the differences between both of them?
I forgot also we can use also not 5 top procedure. Also, I forget to tell about the threads. The threads also is very important because we treat the sagging skin. Sagging skin, tarahul.
Yes.
With threads. Botox and filler sometimes cannot have this as a result. And this alternative of surgeries or facelift or another kind of surgical procedure. So this is very important also that thread lifting in the aesthetic field. So we can divide also different age categories. Usually, I advise always to use non-surgical to try to have, we can have a result when we combine the treatments between Botox filler and laser and threads.
Okay.
When we do combination, even when you have 60 years old, 65 years old, we can have nice result.
Nice results.
But when you are not satisfied or you have very advanced aging,
and then we can move on to the surgical procedure.
Yes.
If we are not satisfied with the non-surgical.
Yes.
But they say the non-surgical has really short term, but the surgical has really long term, especially like including the filler or something with the nose, let's say, like for the lips. They say we want like stay for like 10 years. So we'd like to do the surgical procedure. So what do you think about that?
When the patient always asks me this question, I tell them you can freeze your age like you freeze meat in the fridge. They tell no. Also, I cannot freeze my age. When can I freeze my age?
Yes.
It's very good. I will start first, not patient, me. I will
start by yourself first, yes.
That's why and يعني عقرب ساعة we cannot stop. We can only retard يعني. retard يعني نأخرها بس.
So we have to accept our aging, let's say.
Yes.
We have to accept our face, our body. We have to accept that. That's what you mean.
That's why when we use surgical as a problem, always we have side effects, really side effects, not like non-surgical. A little bit the lasting effect is more, but also we have too much side effect. We always have to compare plus and minus, you understand? That's why.
That's why.
Yeah, but really sometimes patients are not satisfied with their look and they like to do surgical.
So, doctor, when actually do we need to use the surgical instead of the non-surgical? What are, let's say, the cases that needs to go to the surgical directly?
The first reason when you are not satisfied with the result of non-surgical, you can go for surgical.
Yes.
But the doctor should explain the side effect because always some doctors only tell the patient about the plus. They don't tell about the minus. So the patient only have positive things in their mind and they are too much motivated to do this surgical.
Yes.
This also a kind of marketing for clinic and doctors to always show only the positive, not the negative. But this is not good.
This is not good. Yeah.
No, they should show the both things and the patient should make their choice.
Okay.
But our responsibility to explain everything and the patient can choose.
Okay.
Is related to him or not.
related to him or not. So what about men, doctor? Are they going to your clinic too much, like same as female?
I am visitor in Paris. I have clinic in Lebanon and Kuwait.
Yes.
And I am visitor doctor in Paris. So in Lebanon, the men more are doing than here. Too much more. They are taking care of themselves.
Too much more than ladies, you mean?
No, too much more than Kuwait when we compare to Kuwait.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
here men in Kuwait too much less. So even in Lebanon, when you go to a restaurant, you see waiter. Sometimes you see that like picture, like everything perfect, like they
like
are
photogenic.
Yeah, like they like to do this in Lebanon, and many times they come with their wife or girlfriend, or so they do both, not only one person. Sometimes the family coming together, wife and husband, you understand?
Yes.
And they do together.
So they do much more than in here in Kuwait.
Yes.
So, doctor, let's talk about your advice to the teenager ladies. I know when they see an advertisement in the Instagram or something, they go directly to the clinic and to do some fillers, some Botox. They look really older than they are, like 16. She looks like 36, for example. So do you have any last word or advice for them?
The advice is very important that they choose the right doctor. Why? Because the doctor can give the right advice. So teenager also can do some things. For example, some of teenagers come to my clinic. Usually I do mainly lips. Okay. But it's no problem, I think, when they are doing it. But not you mean fake. I mean just they have complex when they have small lips, very small lips. They have a little bit complex. It's normal. Yes. Even me, I have complex with my small lips. I am man. But this normal, or they have, but I mean, but not when they are doing this like more things.
Over, let's say over.
I'm not advising at this age, you understand?
Yes, got you.
When they have acne, acne or acne scar, or they have pigmentation, so they can treat more medically their skin.
Yes.
Then aesthetically, like this.
So after like checking their face, you see what they need exactly, not at the fake side, but in the natural side.
Yes.
That's really amazing. Doctor, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for generous information about plastic surgeries.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Dr. Ronald. He's a cosmetic dermatology and consultant. Now, to our weekly Top 5 Movies segment to you, dear viewers. So how about to check that Top 5 movies with you, and they'll be right back to you. Wow, it seems really lovely movies. Farid, as you mentioned in the off-air, you said that Kandahar is really lovely.
Absolutely. You have to go Kandahar or Fast X.
Okay. You love cars and these stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not car more than, chasing and, action movies. Yeah. Kandahar the same. And these movies are really action movies. They need a huge theater. So these effects, visual effects, you can't, I mean, you don't like to see them at home. You want to see them in a theater.
Well, I'm going to attend Mermaid. This is for
Mermaid,
ladies.
yeah. Mermaid, there is a lot of criticism. They say usually she's okay, the actress, but they say they need more beauty and the mermaid.
Yeah, she's really pretty and amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not saying the otherwise, but I'm delivering people's critics,
But seems really lovely. The feedback from Mermaid's really amazing. And all my nephews, all our kids, actually, they enjoy it and watch it and say it's really lovely, especially for the 4D.
When you say mermaid, right away, beauty comes to your mind.
Got you.
And elegance and stuff like that. Magic, you know what I mean? Charming and stuff like that. But, maybe the director has another vision.
Yeah, another vision, and leave with the action movies, Farid, with the Fast and Furious and Kandahar. Really lovely, actually, movies, Farid. I hope, dear viewers, you will enjoy your weekend and book your ticket and watch any of these lovely movies. I hope you enjoyed our episode as much as we did. See you for the next time and have a lovely weekend.
Absolutely. Until the next episode, please stay safe and have a goodbye.